Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to a new video. So today I'm gonna be using the throwers, but not the healer puppet variant that I already posted about. I'm gonna be using the magic mirror variation in this video. I prefer the healer puppet version. However, I still have been trying to learn this version a little bit more. So yeah, here we go. We're gonna be taking it into Legends today and see how it does. So far I've had, I would say, a pretty good day, except for that one 2-star. Everything else has been a triple, which is pretty good. Defense, not bad, not great. You know, you know the drill. So yeah, so since this version is slightly different, let's just review quickly the replay so I can explain to you the thought process behind it. And then we can go right into the live attacks. This one I won't make too long. You know what, let's change things up a bit. Let's review the 2-star and see, maybe we can identify what went wrong. I haven't watched the replay back since I did the attack, so it's this base. Alright, so this version, the way it differs from the healer puppet version is, normally with the healer puppet you would have, let's get the Duke red. You would have, this is just an example, right? This is not just the best way to go about it, but I'm just saying. So you would have the Duke go here to clear out this portion of the funnel, at least ideally. You would have the throwers, we'll put them yellow, start here, and then they should run like this and then go into the base like so. And then you would have the king, light blue for the king, I guess. You would have him around here, down below, to set up the funnel, and then you would have the queen, purple. The queen would be here, and then you insta pop the ability with the healer puppet, and then either the queen goes with the king or she goes with the throwers. Either way, you're fine. Now this one, the way it differs is you separate the king and the queen. So you have the queen is gonna be the initial counter funnel. So the queen was purple, so you're gonna have the queen now here with the ice golem, and then you insta pop the ability again. Sometimes I like to delay it. It doesn't really matter, just insta pop if you think you're gonna forget, and then she's gonna die. And then you're gonna have the throwers, which were yellow. The throwers are gonna start here, the same logic, maybe a little bit more here, since this one's a bit different. And then you never want the throwers to go like this or anything of the sort. You actually want the throwers to follow maybe a curved line around the center, not completely on the outside, not completely in the center, just a curved line closer to the close to the center and close to the outside. And then now we have the king was light blue. The king is still going to be the counter funnel on the outside, like so. And at this time you have the Duke. Now the Duke is going to be the one taking care of this compartment, maybe more, we'll see. Now the order that I showed you is not really the order that you have to do it. What I usually like to do is, if there is a monolith, like in this case here, I would place the throwers first. Hopefully they tank the monolith, and then the throwers and the queen are pretty much always going to be at the same time. Like if I could place them down at the same time, I would. It's just I have to place one before the other. So I usually do either the queen or the throwers, and then right after that I place the other ones. And then since there's a monolith here, I would delay it. I would delay the Duke just slightly. Let's remove everything just slightly so that the Duke doesn't get targeted. But I swear, every single time I place a Duke near a monolith, no matter what is around it, the Duke is always the one being targeted. But still, so we will see here. I don't even remember what I did on this attack, but I think it should be fairly similar to the plane that I showed. I just reverted. I think the reason why I reverted it is I can see the clan castle here. I'm pretty sure that's why I would have went on this side. Ideally, you would want to have the log launcher travel in a path leading to the town hall like so, so that whenever it sends the logs, it would kill the clan castle troops coming out. And then especially if there's a furnace, it can help kill it quicker. That way you can save the poison for the town hall. Anyways, not the point. So we'll watch. I send the throwers, the giants, and then like I said, the queen. Maybe I sent the queen a little too low with the druid. I forgot to mention it. And then there we go, the duke trying to clear that compartment. And then I wall break for the queen. And I'm gonna wall break for the throwers also. I wall break for the queen just so that she can get a little bit more of this, but she actually, one of the real version actually goes out. But yeah, so we can see the duke got targeted. I used an ice block and then I totem. The queen didn't really get this side of the funnel. Maybe that's what went wrong. Maybe that's because I placed her too low. And then we have the king not getting pretty much anything else either. The log launcher wasn't hitting the furnace, so maybe I should have used the poison. Now I use my overgrowth. Let's fast forward a little bit. We already know how it ends. And then my throwers went up because the king didn't clear up. The duke was the only one going there. So was this a time fail or because I still have 3 revives? And then the warden found a way to die as usual. No, I think yeah, this was a fail. Yeah, this was a power fail. But yeah, so this is pretty much the plan. Like I always say, even if you have the perfect plan, it doesn't mean you're gonna have perfect execution. Things can happen, you might get baited. But yeah, so let's just take it into Legends. Hopefully I didn't jinx myself. The day started off pretty great, but you know, whenever you start to record, things tend to happen. So I hope I'm not gonna get like 3 1-stars. But even if I do, you know, it's part of the cycle of life, I guess. I get the bad attacks just so you guys don't have to. But yeah, let's just go right into it. Alright, so we see this base here. First thing I notice is the fire speeders are pointing that way. So I would tend to want to go behind them starting on this side. Now, this seems like a low level for a cake. No, not that low. Now, there's an Envis tower here, but this is the great thing with the Revenge deck and the Duke. I can just ice block him, and then the Invisibility tower will run out. So I'm not going to start the Jesus Christ. I'm not gonna start the Taurus here. I told you, whenever you start to record, things happen. Because there's a Giga Bomb. So I want to start the Queen here. Now there's not really much damage. Let me wall break here. I didn't want to wall break there. So I'm not, oh nice, the Invis got target that popped. I don't need a log launcher, I need a troop launcher. And then the king. Let me freeze the logger because he's gonna be mad annoying. Now let me use some things to try to get my queen to go more on the inside. Pop the queen ability, get the wall breaker to target that wall. What's in the CC? The furnace, instant poison. The Duke got what he needed to get. This is beautiful. Keep my queen more on track. Should I just track this cake? Yes, I believe it. I believe I need to. The king is heading right for the monolith. I really appreciate your sacrifice, my man. Let me ice block the Duke. I think I'm thinking about removing the headhunter from this army because let's I don't think they ever get any value. Yeah, never really getting any value. Let me pop the king. Hopefully the monolith gets targeted. Just my luck. I still have the overgrowth. I have 3 revives, a totem. Yeah, this is crushed. Although this base seemed a little bit lower level. I saw one archer tower that was like level 1. Okay, not level 1, but a very low level. I think there were 2 mortars. I didn't notice anything else. The cake was kind of under level. Oh, that's a mortar. That's another mortar. But every defense that mattered, I think, was at a decent level. So I don't know, but yeah, I'll take it. Yeah, so let me just fast forward right here, swag all those spells, and then I'll get some troops and see you for the next hit. Alright, next base. There we go, much better. Now this base, the fire spitters, this is with throwers, this is always the first thing that I look at, the very first thing. I'm gonna need a log launcher because there's an Envis bell tower, and I want it to get triggered with the log launcher since it's in the center. The Duke won't be able to trigger it. So now, what side do I want to pick? I want to pick this side, and then the queen is gonna go on that. Jesus Christ, bro. Never mind. That is very unfortunate. What's in this is furnace. Let me send the two giants. Let me get the king before I forget. Wallbreaker here. I don't think the Wallbreaker did anything, which is fantastic news. Should I save the Duke for the core? I don't even have a Wallbreaker for the queen now. Why didn't I have 3 Wallbreakers? How do I end up not? Let's throw them behind the logger. Hopefully the throwers decide to go right and not left. Should I overgrowth to force them? Now they're going right. Now I'm gonna ward in. Stop what you're doing. Where's my freeze? What happened to... What's going on? Just weird things are happening. And the warden dies. Jesus. You know what? Let me just overgrowth like this. Revive the warden now. Ice block the Duke so he can tank for a bit longer. I can get some cleanup here, I guess. How did he die again? What was targeting him? Let me wait until the throwers can get in front of him before I revive him again this time. There we go. And then I'll wait. I was hoping for this cannon to go down. If the throwers... You know what? By the time the... Let me just wait. There are like 2, 3 throwers. Yeah, it's not gonna happen. Let me just get the Duke. Send the Headhunter. Please. Oh, the monolith went down. You know what? Hey, hold on. Let's not completely lose hope yet. But yeah, I'm running out of time. I don't know how this still came so close to just being a time fill. Warden, just stay here. Just you're punished. I don't know how this came so close to being a time fill despite all the mishaps that happened, but man, come on, bro. Alright, so let me just get some troops. See you guys for the last attack. Hopefully this time I don't just screw up massively, but yeah, you know, things happen. Alright, final attack of the day, final attack of the video. Again, the spitters are pointing that way, to the right. They're close to the town hall, so I'm gonna use a troop launcher. Now, I'm not gonna touch the screen this time. But what I want is, or actually I can just have the balloon selected. I'm gonna start my throwers on this side, right here, because there's a monolith right there. So start the throwers, balloon, healers like this, because I see the loggers already gearing up. You know what? Let me just pay some attention first. Throw them like this. Now I can send my queen. Send the 2 giants there, a Wallbreaker here. Once the logger goes, my friend, you need... You know what, I was too paranoid. I could have just let them take care of it. Send my king here. Not yet the troop launcher. I don't want some weird wall to open. Alright. I don't think I need to ice block for the Duke. This air defense is gonna go down. Let me put the troop launcher now. What's being targeted by the cake? The Duke. This is beautiful stuff. Alright, let's poison this furnace. I don't want to hear anything. Can I send a... Oh, beautiful. Is the Duke still being targeted by the cake? Yes, he is. The queen is dead. Thank you for your service. Things are looking good. Let's freeze this. Send the Headhunter. That's gonna do absolutely nothing. Let me overgrowth here just because I can. I wasn't looking, but did the Headhunter do anything? Can I send 2 barbs here to try to force the spiky ball towards the... every building but the revenge. You know what? I'll take it. Oh, one tip. Too late. You can totem. This attack is pretty crush, which is why I was just willing to risk doing something dumb like that. You can use the totem very close to the multi-archer towers when the Duke with the revenge deck is being hit, despite the fact that the multi-archer tower will still target the Duke back again. With the multi-archer tower, the multi-archer tower will use 2 of its 3 targeting. Warden, why are you the one being targeted by the X-Bow? Jesus Christ, this guy. The multi-archer tower will be using 2 of its 3 targets on the totem and then just 1 target on the Duke, and then he will still be able to get the heal and then just be taking less damage. Yeah, I think I need to waste 1 revive if I don't want a time fill. Yeah, let me just get the king back also. Get the warden back, why not? Because it's a whole party. Yeah, you know, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of mad about the second attack I did for the video, the one I failed. But you know what? Like I said, things happen. So pretty good day today. Could have been better, but let's not beat ourselves up too much about it. Plus 69 geek. No, I still have one more defense. Hopefully, I get a good defense. But yeah, so this was plus 298 for the day. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys learned something, and I hope to see you guys next time. Peace out.